Hi beautiful ones, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be talking about the best supplements for women. I'm Andrea Gonzalez and welcome to Fruitfully Nourishing. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and click on the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you don't miss a video that I put out every Saturday or sometimes on Sunday. But I'll put out some. The first supplement I wanted to talk about is a magnesium supplement. Yes, ladies, you need to be taking a magnesium supplement. It's good for inflammation, and if you have insulin resistance, you want to make sure you're taking this one. Or if you have any issues going to the bathroom, I'm not saying this is a laxative, but it acts as a laxative as well. What I like to do is take it in the morning in hot water. Of course, you let it cool down, but to activate the magnesium, because it's in a powder form, and you'll see that it sizzles up. Sizzles, you know what I mean? And that lets you know that it's just being activated. You can wait. If the water is too hot, you can then add cool water in there, but you just want to activate it first with hot water. I'll take it in the morning and I will take it before I go to bed. It helps me to sleep, and when I wake up the next morning, I also use the bathroom. I know it's too much information, but it's good to be really, released in the morning. That's what you want to do. And I also notice when I take this twice a day, my menstrual cramps are not as bad as they usually be, because magnesium, when you have a deficiency in it, it can also contribute to having very extreme, hardcore menstrual cramps. That's just one reason why you have it. I'm not saying this is cure for all, is going to make your menstrual cramps just go away, but it helps lessen it, because sometimes that's why you could be having bad menstrual cramps. Of course, it could be a lot of hormonal issues or endometriosis, a lot of contributing factors, but I noticed that they're not as bad when I take a good magnesium supplement. Also, I want to move into L-glutamine. You don't have to take this, but the reason why I take this is because I have a leaky gut. Leaky gut can happen over a period of time, over years, especially if you've ever taken any antibiotic. You may have leaky gut, especially have issues with bloating, excess gas. That could be the reason why you are having those issues because of antibiotic use, or it could simply be the foods that you're eating, a food allergy. But for me, if you have taken, and you need to go and get this diagnosed first. I didn't get it diagnosed. I'm not a doctor, but I do like to study functional medicine, and my symptoms came down to leaky gut. I add this in my shake, and I'll talk about that shortly, and it helps. What happens is holes can start developing in the stomach, intestines, and so forth. And this helps to seal the gut. And I have noticed a tremendous reduction in gas and bloating that I have had. Of course, it takes a while to work. I take it after I work out and before I go to bed. I make sure that this does not have any added sweeteners. I just go it plain and I mix it with something. Sometimes you just have to put just the other one, the magnesium. It has no flavor as well, because you want to be cautious of the sugars that are in your supplements or any powdered supplements, because you just want to be careful. This has no smell whatsoever, and it dissolves really well. You can put it in water, or you can mix it with your morning shake, afternoon shake, post-workout shake, pre-workout shake, one of them shakes. You can mix it in there. If you think it has a taste, that will help mask the taste, but it's unflavored. I don't have any issues with it. But if you have leaky gut, you want to make sure that you're taking the L-glutamine. Start there, but then go and get it diagnosed. But this has really helped tremendously, along with a really good prebiotic. Or you can take a complete feminine balance prebiotic. This is for any woman, even if you're under 40, it's really good to take. It helps with the pH balance of the woman's vagina. And sometimes what can happen is when too much bad bacteria starts to form in the vagina, and I hope I can say this on YouTube, but on the VV, we're just gonna say the V, okay? Get in trouble, but I'm just saying, if you have any issues down there, especially with yeast infections and bacteria vaginosis, you do want to take, I take this brand because I noticed a difference within 7 days. You may want to try it. It may work for you. It may not. I like to alternate with this one and another probiotic, and I take prebiotic foods. This is just supplements, so we're not going to talk about the foods. That'll be another video. And I alternate with a different one that is specifically for your gut health. So you want to make sure you're rotating your probiotics monthly, so that way your body doesn't get used to it, and you can introduce different strains of good bacteria to replenish some of the good bacteria and lessen some of the bad bacteria that's in there. And there's also V suppositories you want to take to help with the pH balance of the V. I'm gonna call it the V. And it also has probiotic. You can look that up, but I may provide a link in there if you are interested in it, but I'll provide a link to this one. And I noticed I created another video with this one. When you're over 40, you find that you have more vaginal, especially after your menstrual cycle, you have more vaginal infections. Doesn't mean you have anything, it's just the pH balance is thrown off, and you want to get it back in balance. So you want to make sure you're having a really good probiotic supplement to include in there to lessen all of those infections, and keep going to the doctor for some medication that may not work, or it works and then comes back within 6 months. So keep that in mind. Also, what I like to take, and this should have been the first one, I like to take a prenatal vitamin. No, I am not pregnant, but I am anemic. I do have low iron, and I just wanted to find a multivitamin that has enough iron in it, so that way I don't spend money on a multivitamin and then I have an iron supplement. I like the fact that this does have 30 milligrams of iron, and I also make sure that I get iron through foods. I do eat red meat sometimes, but not all the time, but I do have turkey and I do have fish. That is another way that I can get iron. You can get iron through beans, iron fortified cereals, but I do not eat cereal in the morning. I do eat gluten-free oatmeal, and oatmeal does have some iron in it. And I notice that I have a lot of energy when I take this vitamin, and it also has enough B vitamins, but you still may want to add an additional B complex. I do take a B complex. I ran out of it. I don't have the bottle, but I will leave a link in the description so that way you can see which one I do take. Even if I don't take that B complex, I do have enough in here that provides enough energy for me to be energized throughout the day and make sure my energy balance is well. And B vitamins, if you are a woman over 40 or any woman that is suffering with hormonal imbalances, you want to make sure you add B complex, or make sure you're getting enough B vitamins to help balance out your hormones. This is only one avenue to balance your hormones. There are other ways you can balance your hormones through eating right, but I like taking this one because it is the triple power multivitamin prenatal vitamin. And prenatals, of course, women that are pregnant, you know, they need a little bit more vitamins for her, for the mother, and for the baby. So now I want to add, what else did we talk about? Oh, vitamin D3. Oh, my nose is sweaty. Vitamin D3. You guys, you don't take anything else. If you take a multivitamin, and just a multivitamin and vitamin D3, you need this. Sometimes we don't get enough sun, especially right now due to the pandemic. Not a lot of people are outside. If you are outside and you're walking at the park, that is really well. You at least want 10 to 15 minutes of sun, and that will help boost your immune system, help activate the vitamin D, because we all have a natural vitamin D within our bodies, but the sun helps activate it. But if you're not out in the sun, you do want to supplement with a good vitamin D. Again, being that we are going through the pandemic right now, you want to make sure you have enough of this. The beginning of the pandemic, I started taking 10,000 IUs with a vitamin K2, 100 milligrams. Again, I don't have a bottle here with me because I ran out. You must take that because it helps with the absorption of the vitamin D. And I'm not recommending an additional calcium supplement unless your doctor says that you have to take calcium. Okay, But calcium, and just a little bit of calcium, is in that magnesium that I just showed you previously. But this helps to absorb the calcium. The vitamin K2 helps absorb the calcium, and the vitamin D3. They all work together like a little family, okay? The vitamin K2, what happens is the calcium sits on top of the bones, and the vitamin K2 helps absorb it. This helps with good bone health. It's really good for your immune system. There's numerous videos out there that talks about vitamin D3, and if you have not supplemented with a vitamin D3, I don't know what you're waiting for. You can go and get testing done from your doctor and make sure you're deficient in it. Majority of us are, especially if you are not out in the sun, you're not trying to go out, you're deficient in it. And the majority of people find that, well, studies have shown if you are going through any problems with depression, it could be due to low vitamin D levels. And when you go outside, that really helps brighten your mood, help increase your vitamin D. But I'm not a doctor. You want to start with at least 10,000 units, especially if you are lacking in this vitamin, you're going through depression, if you having issues with bone health and teeth. This helps strengthen your bones and teeth. But the main thing is the immunity, and it's also good for hormonal regulation, and it's also great for weight loss. I'm not saying this is weight loss in a bottle. It's not. But if you're having difficulties trying to lose weight, this could be a reason. Your vitamin D levels are not optimal, so you want to make sure you increase your vitamin D levels. Of course, again, please make sure you consult with your doctor and see if you are deficient in vitamin D before you start taking it. But even if you do start taking it, a good rule of thumb is just start with 5,000 milligrams, and you can up it from there to get good support, immune support. Very good for immunity, I'm telling you. Just letting you know. And cartilage too. It's really good for that. Again, I also like to take, you don't have to take this one, but sometimes when I'm busy, I don't have nuts. If I don't have fruits around, I will make this, just 1 scoop of vegan protein or veggie protein. It has 21 grams of protein. It also have amino acids. Amino acids are amazing, and it's free from soy and gluten. So if you can't have gluten, this is a good brand. I've been taking this brand. Sometimes I'll alternate with other brands, but this is my go-to brand. I will use 1 scoop in a blender with some ice cubes. I'll put in a drop of stevia, and then I'll also add some good fats, which is about 1 tablespoon of almond butter. If you don't like almond butter, you can use cashew butter. You can use peanut butter, whatever your heart desires. And I like to take this in between my regular meals. I try to eat 5 meals a day, and this helps me, keeps me satiated until my next meal. But this is really good to use as, not as a meal replacement, but as a snack. And it's low calorie as well. I also like to take evening Primrose Oil. I have noticed a difference. My hair is not as dry. My skin, I really don't need a moisturizer at all. I also notice a difference in my nails as well. I'm not saying that this really helps with nails, but I just notice more moisture in my skin. I also like to alternate with a fish oil. I don't have that on hand. So 1 month I may take this, or whenever this is gone, and then I'll alternate with the fish oil. Fish oil is amazing for everything, especially for women over 40. Again, if you do have immune issues, it helps balance your immune system, good for heart disease, diabetes. Fish oil is amazing. It's also good for your hair, skin, and your nails. You'll notice that it's more shinier, or you don't need as much product, mostly sheen products, because it gives you that nice sheen. So you want to make sure you add that in. I did speak about this as well. I have found a cyst in my left breast, and I noticed when I started taking this, along with other techniques, that it helped shrink the breast cyst. You want to look that up. It really does help with that. And it can also help with menstrual cramps as well. Some women say it helps. Some women said they didn't notice a difference at all. But this is another option. Okay. Another thing I like to take. Yes, honey. I talked about this in another video. I do alternate brands. If one brand is out, I will use this brand. I will put a link to that one video I talked about hair. You notice as you get older, your hair starts thinning, and it could be due to iron. It could be due to hormones. But I'm telling you, I use this one and it helps to thicken the hair, and it helped with hair length, with hair growth. So if you're having issues, and like I said, I will link that video below and it'll tell you my experience with my hair growth using MSM and vitamin C. Again, I do change the brands, but this is also a very good brand. Vitamin C is good for collagen, and especially as you get older, we have less collagen in our skin and we need to help rebuild that. And also helps increase your progesterone naturally. Yes, sometimes we may have low progesterone. Please go to your doctor and find out if you have low progesterone, and you may want to add some vitamin C in there. But these two work together, and it helps with iron absorption as well. So you want to make sure you're taking a vitamin C. It helps strengthen your bones. It helps with wound healing, and it also helps with your immune system. So you have the vitamin D3 and you have the vitamin C, and this MSM also helps with your immune system as well. So right now we really want any and everything we can possibly do, including food, but also supplements to help boost your immune system. And this also helps with hair growth again, and thicken the hair, your skin, nails, helps alleviate arthritis. I also notice when I take this, I'm gonna drop this one down. Oh, and again, this has 1 gram. So 1 gram equates to 1,000 milligrams. If you have immune issues, you wanna boost it up to, again, check with your doctor. The higher the better. It's not fat soluble, so in high concentrations amount, it actually is eliminated through your urine, so you won't face any toxicity. Yeah, it's okay to take this a lot, but again, please check with your doctor. The higher the amount, the better, because right now we really need immune boosting, all of us, during this pandemic time. So but what I noticed with this one, when I take this, when I do and I work really hard with weights, I notice the next day I'm not as sore. You guys, this stuff is amazing. And I also heard caffeine can help as well. So when you take caffeine, black coffee, none of those sport drinks, none of them other little sport drinks that, you know, everyone recommends, just black coffee. And sometimes that can help to lessen the pain after a very strenuous workout. But I notice less pain and faster recovery after a workout when I included MSM. So that's something you really want to consider. And again, you don't have to take all of these. These are what I take and what I have noticed to just give me an abundance of energy and just feel overall healthy. I do take them. If you are estrogen dominant, if you know that, let's say you have hormonal imbalance, and sometimes your hormonal balance could be due to your gut health. If your gut health is not right, it'll throw off your hormones. And when you have bad estrogens in the body, and when I say bad estrogens, you're just not eating organic. None of your products are organic. And what you're doing is applying products that are not organic onto the skin, and is causing a very bad estrogen balance in your body. And what this can do is an estrogen metabolism. And I don't know if you guys can see that. I will have these links in the description. And it's enhanced absorption. And this is really good. I like to take 2 capsules, 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. And I have noticed some reduction in my waist. You may not notice a reduction, but I do. But if you don't want to take capsules, what you can do is get them in any vegetables, any green vegetables, mainly your broccoli, your Brussels sprouts, or your cabbage. But you have to eat a lot of it to get the effect of estrogen, so it can flush some of that estrogen out. Okay. And that is pretty much it. I do take some other vitamins. Mainly, I don't have it here with me, but I'll leave it in the link. And again, you don't have to take everything, but this is what has helped me and some of the little problems that I have been facing as a woman that is over 40. And you want to make sure you are taking fiber. Fiber is imperative to remove some of that bad estrogen out of the body. It helps regulate your bowel movements, just get everything out. It keeps you fuller longer. It may help reduce some of your waist circumference if you're having any weight issues, if you're having any belly issues. That could be another factor. You can start with 25 milligrams of fiber, or you can go up to 45 milligrams. It depends on your body or what you're going through, but you really want to make sure you increase your fiber gradually, very gradually, because sometimes you may experience bloating and you don't want that to happen. Make sure you drink enough water and you should be fine. So that's all I have for you guys. And again, if you would like me to talk about a specific topic, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'm very open and absolutely ready to talk about some subjects that y'all want to hear. What do you want to hear? What do you want me to talk about? I'm here for you. I want to do whatever I can to help you, mainly women, on your journey of good health, good skin, good, your hair. We want to keep our hair. And I'm telling you, that product, the MSM, and I will leave that video in the link. It really did help me, you guys. So this is all I have for you today. Again, thank you if you stayed until the end of this video. And if you have not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. So go ahead and click the subscribe button. And as always, be blessed and be fruitful. Bye.